America runs on Dunkin. And I'll tell you, I love the fact they've got so many amazing places now that I can get to. Moon Township, Hopewell, simply pull up, drive through, great donuts, great food, and yes, a great cup of Dunkin. All right, now listen, we later are going to be on the road. Beaver Allegheny County Times talking entertainment. Megan Miller and Scott Tatey. They, of course, host that podcast that is The Buzz. You can read them, timesonline.com, or better yet, have someone throw that paper up on your porch or get it at your place of business. And I do love what they do. We're going to be going over the Rock Legends Award, Tommy James and the Shondell, producer, the great Jerry Reed, along with Chuck Brinkman and the Jaggers, Donnie Irish, and of course, that great crew, now still touring under that man that we all know and love, Jimmy Ross from Quiptown, Pennsylvania. So we're going to do that later today. And also tonight, it's all entertainment all the time because we're heading over to Frankie Eli's Brixton Brewery, Hollywood Gardens. We're going into the Velvet Room. Billy Evanachko will be talking about the upcoming Stevie Ray Vaughan tribute show in Hopewell in May, and also get his thoughts about another pretty fair guitar player too. None other and Chuck Berry. That's all coming up later. But let's get to some sports news in a moment, but I want to check some headlines that are trending right now. You can follow these stories all day. Award-winning KDK Radio Newsroom and CBS Radio News. Confirmation hearings continue for Judge Gorsuch in Washington, D.C. today. And Theresa May, the Prime Minister of the great country of Britain, the UK, considering to do exactly what Donald Trump, our president, said he wants to do for people coming from the Middle East and North Africa into this country. Various places in the Middle East and North Africa into this country, they may have to take their laptops and all their electronic devices and check them in as opposed to carrying them on the plane. Both countries examining that right now. Speaking of our president, he is right now making a push as they get set for the healthcare vote to repeal Obamacare on Thursday. He continues to say they have the votes to get it done. Now, sports news right now underway. Lecom Park in beautiful Bradenton, Florida. It is the Pirates taking on Tampa Bay. Bucks right now this spring 15-7 on the year. Pens coming off back-to-back wins. Jersey and Florida are at Buffalo tonight. And right now, Sidney Crosby second in points in the league with 80 and first in goals with 40. No doubt the greatest player in the world. Now, get out your brackets. It's the Sweet 16. You've got West Virginia Thursday and Gonzaga just a little after 7:30. And then it's Michigan and Oregon, they too in the 7 o'clock hour. Lots of great games coming up. Purdue and Kansas on Thursday, a little after 9:30. And then a little after 10, Xavier and Sean Miller and the Arizona Cats will get underway. And then on Friday, you've got Butler in North Carolina, a little after 7. And then close to 7:30, ladies and gentlemen, South Carolina and Baylor. UCLA and Kentucky may be the best matchup of the 2 days, a little after 9:30. And Wisconsin and Florida will get it underway shortly after that. So there you have it. Get out your brackets and good luck to all of you, as we like to say, Mr. Arnaud and I, for entertainment purposes only. World Golf Championships in Texas. Dell Technologies match play just days away. But I want to talk about Tiger Woods. Saw him last night with Scott Van Pelt on that worldwide brand that is ESPN. Much love for Tiger Woods. Have been a fan forever and will always be, no matter what, as he continues to make his push back into the great game that is golf. Listen, forget about everything that he has done on the golf course to this point, which has been spectacular. 78 titles, 14 of them majors. No doubt, greatest player of his generation. And arguably, whether he gets the Final Four or not to tie the great Jack Nicklaus, some could say the greatest player of all time. But this is a must-read. It is the 1997 Masters, My Story, all about Tiger Woods. Here he is, a year removed, going into the final round. 9-shot lead, NCAA championships. He shoots an 80. He still hangs on to get the individual title. And a year later, he's comfortable. Colin Montgomery in second place, the great Colin Montgomery. Lots of names that obviously he grew up idolizing. This guy's on the verge at Augusta of winning his very first major. He finishes at 18 under, and he claims the title and puts on the green jacket on April the 13th, 1997. And to commemorate the 20th year since that amazing run on that incredible golf course, the book is the 1997 Masters, my story, Tiger Woods. Don't you dare miss it. I don't know if there'll ever be drama as great as that in the game of golf. And for a guy who loves it but doesn't play it, still trying to find time to do these videos, let alone play around the golf, but I absolutely think it's the greatest sport on earth. And I've said before, and I've told Bob Ford and many others, he now at Seminole for many years, the pro and director of golf at the historic Oakmont, these men and women to me are like royalty, and these men are like knights in shining armor, that they just go from land to land and conquer and show the folks that yes, just when you think you can't get it done, you get it done because you gotta get it done, and they do. And Tiger Woods was truly one of the brightest stars on the planet in the game of golf, and still remains that way in my heart. And I hope this book is a huge success, because why? Because maybe there's a young man out there or a young woman who will embrace it and pick up the clubs and grip it and rip it and have a great career of their own in the greatest sport in the world. Ladies and gentlemen, enjoy the rest of your day. We're going to disappear for a few hours, and we'll be back with Scott Tatey and Megan Miller a little after, I don't know, 7 or 8 o'clock tonight. You'll see it, and it's going to be all about Rock Legends Awards coming up on April 27th at Jurgles, and some of the great shows coming to town like Ed Sheeran along with Bruno Mars and Lady Gaga. And by the way, I got to say this. Lady Gaga's performance of Moth to a Flame with the great Metallica was spectacular, folks. And thank you, YouTube, for letting me revisit that from time to time. And to Lady Gaga, much love from your Pratte Pack. Keep doing what you're doing, because you're doing a great job. Have a great day from Pratte Pack, Jim.